What is happening, people? Quick reaction and review to last night's boxing. Shawn Porter and Terence Crawford for the WBO welterweight title. Great fight from both men. We're going to go through some footage here. I'm going to break down some technical analysis, what I think both men did well, what I think they could have done better in. And, I mean, look, first of all, Shawn Porter, we've got to say, we found out last night he's retiring. What a career he's given us. He's fought all the top guys, never ducked away from anybody, never shied away from anybody. Fought world champions alike. And I think he's deserved his retirement now, and he deserves to be given all the respect that he's due. What a champion, what a fighter. But look, let's get into the fight itself. I think the first thing we've got to go through is Terence Crawford's ring IQ. He is a master at adapting in there. He's a bit like Floyd like that. He presents different angles, different perspectives, and he confuses his opponent, which is very important for somebody like Shawn Porter, where he sort of has the tendency to rush in and be aggressive. If you are giving him things to think about, if you're slowing him down, it's a lot better for you. And we can see here, as he switched to the southpaw stance, just holding Porter up, making him really think about what he's doing, pawing with that jab, using those feet to stay long, but just getting Shawn Porter to stop and consider and measure what's going on. I think that's really important from a fighter like that. But look, as I say, Shawn Porter is an expert at putting the pressure on, rushing forward, and using he's small, but he's stocky. He's like dynamite. And here we can see, even though Terence Crawford boxed beautifully off the back foot, he got caught here. Coming forward, tried to control. There we go. It was that right hand that caught him. And Terence Crawford was able to tie him up there. But one thing I was actually quite impressed with was Terence Crawford's physical strength on the inside. He wasn't bullied around by Porter at all. And I would even go so far as to say that he had the physical advantage. I know he's taller, but he seemed strong in there. He seemed strong. Like, I always thought back in the day when they first started discussing Terence Crawford and Errol Spence would just outmuscle him. But now I'm not so sure. But yeah, look, so not only was he like slick and had cat-like reflexes and was moving well, boxing well off the back foot, he was also physically strong in there, as we've just mentioned. But I think his real strength comes from, as I've said, his ring IQ, and his ability to sit and wait, bait Shawn Porter in, and then at this point he caught him with a beautiful check right hook and just used that footwork to turn the tables. Boom. Maybe put him slightly above the ear. There you go. And then he's in a position again where the pressure's not on him. It's Porter with his back against the ropes. He's able to just have that bit of breathing space, be able to think about what's going on, think about what he's doing. And again, this is another angle of him just causing Porter issues when he's looking like he's about to pivot and switch stance. Looks like he's about to throw that right hook. Switch again. And beautiful left uppercut to the body, which I'm not sure everybody picked up on there, as he's moving back. That's one thing that he does so well. And then uses that footwork to get out of there. And as a southpaw, you're always taught, use that lead right hand to spoil and cause problems, whether that's pulling down with the jab, whether it's throwing that right hook, and also obviously for just setting up that, whether it's a left uppercut, a left hook, or straight left down the pipe. And he's so clinical with the way that he does it. It's almost like, I know he's a switch stance, but it's almost like he fights better at times in southpaw than he does in orthodox. I know naturally I think he's an orthodox fighter. You guys can correct me in the comments if that's not correct. But yeah, I mean, look, the final thing that I thought he was doing so well was he wasn't crazy with the power. He didn't need to put the power on too much. Like, he knows that Shawn Porter's aggressive style is going to build its own momentum as Shawn Porter's rushing in. So it's just pot shots. You don't need to put everything into it, and he will eventually catch him. We've got a beautiful little segment here of him just, first of all, controlling Porter, and then just on the back foot, just back. And you can see it's just enough to just knock Porter back and stun him. And there were a few times during the fight where he was throwing that left uppercut, whether it's to the body or trying to catch him with that straight left down the pipe. But that's eventually what happened at the end of the fight. He caught him with a beautiful left uppercut, as we can see here. Jab. Use that footwork to stay out of the way of Shawn Porter's attack, and then bam, right uppercut, and that's the first knockdown. And finish the fight in style, boxing off the back foot. And I think you can see at the end there, Shawn Porter hitting the canvas. I think it's just frustration. I don't think he was actually hurt, but I think it was smart from his dad. I don't think he needed to take anything more. He wasn't going to... It's difficult to say. I mean, some of the people had him up on the scorecards, but at the end of the day, that's your dad. He knows your health better than anybody. He knows when you're in trouble. But look, again, a great performance from Terence Crawford. Shawn Porter needs to hold his head up high because that was a brilliant effort from him. And I'm excited to see Terence Crawford and Errol Spence. I'm actually possibly now leaning more towards Terence Crawford, and I was always more of an Errol Spence kind of man. I favoured him in that kind of bout. But yeah, look, it's going to be interesting to see. Again, look, congratulations to Shawn Porter. Well done. Have a good retirement, champ, and you deserve all the respect you do. I might do a video on his greatest hits. Let me know if you guys want to see that. Peace.